Recorded live from Random Secret Studios in Philadelphia, the Delaware Valley, and Nal Delco.
I'm the Capo. He's the Prez with the Vice Prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the pod. Devin and Adam, welcome back to Sons of Ben, the pod. This is, and if we thought we didn't scrape the barrel on this number, this is, you ready for this, Adam? We've got three choices.
Yeah.
This is episode either Trent Cole, which is the leader, Jonathan Papelbon, which is definitely not the leader, or Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Sir Anthony Dominguez. I'm going to go with Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Yeah, 5'8". Again, not a great number in Philadelphia sports history. So, welcome to episode 58. It's the Sir Anthony Domingo series. And, gents, we have got a guest, and this is funny. It has taken us over a year to get this part of the pod going, where originally we were like, hey, we're going to do a meet the board, get to know people that make decisions about your group. So I am very happy to say we have got a member of the board on here that everybody probably sees, knows who she is, but doesn't really know her. Because I've had people say, oh, she's very reserved and thoughtful, kind of like a Bill Gates. And then I've had other people compare her to, outgoing, wild, crazy, like a Harvey Weinstein. I don't know if that's her love of cinema or what it is, but ladies and gentlemen, this is the Get to Know the Board. We have got Madam Vice President Jess Gussler. Jess, thanks for hopping on the pod.
Oh, hello. Hello. How are you, gentlemen? Thanks for having me.
You are the recipient of possibly the greatest introduction Matt has ever given, so.
I'm probably the greatest guest you've ever had on here.
Easily.
Without a doubt. All right, before Devin yells at us, let's get some housekeeping and then we can get into it with our guest. Remember, everyone, Beer the Pod. We got Yards and 2SP rocking you, so remember to support those that support us. And we will definitely get Jess a beer. Well, we see her often enough that she gets beers. We don't have to worry about that.
No, she's not put on the list because we actually do. We actually do see her in the wild, so we give her beers. She's not like in California where we're like unable to transport her beers
to mail it out. So, some Sons of Ben news, everyone. Time to renew. Get on it. The kit items look great. The membership kit. We've got our kit packing party in the lot. Well, it's actually in the Wharf Building, March 27th. We're doing lot cleanup, same day, March 27th, to clean up everything. And March 31st, Adam, I hope you've booked this. We got a little Sons of Quarantine return where we're going to be outside the gates at 3 o'clock to boo the living hell out of DC United. So there are the three things coming up on your schedule. And then we got a little off-season. You guys might have seen a little bit, but we've got some new merch coming out real soon. We're finalizing a couple of things, but that'll all go into production, so you'll see that really soon, including the much long, and Jess can get into this later, awaited Shield merchandise. And then I'll just give you a little hint. We will be tailgating for the first home match against Miami. We'll get into that. Contract obligations, World Cup 2026, Philadelphia, 2026.com. Get on that. And then, Devin, I'm hoping you're coming because we think we're going to have Adam, your fave trash man, this Saturday, the 20th. Hopefully the pod's out by then, but we're doing a little cleanup on, he says it's Northeast Philly. I say it's Port Richmond, but it's Butler and Survivor Streets. 11 o'clock to 2, not a huge time commitment. We're getting out there to clean up and help out. And like I said, we're bringing a shield. We're bringing an Adam. We're bringing some drums. There's going to be a DJ there, so come up, pick up some trash, lift the shield, do some good. And then the only other two things I got for cleanup, and Devin's got to get off his mute pretty soon. We got Drunken Union Zooms still happening on Fridays at 7:30. Adam, I have not been on it lately. Have you been on it in the last week or two?
I have to shamefully admit I might have shut the last 2 weeks down. Been regaling long tales with JT about basically everything and nothing at the same time, and but no, it's been nice. I think people are excited about things kind of coming together So it's been a decently strong outing. Jared's been a very light on guests recently. I don't know if he's out of his mojo. Maybe he's lost touch with all of the booking capabilities he used to have. But I think
His
basically we've been his booking the last couple of weeks. So
his
come on,
stalking
Jared.
skills have diminished, huh? Jared, start sliding in some DMs, man. Come on.
I mean, just
No
gentle
time for
slides.
slacking.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't get aggressive. Jess will get into that later about aggressive DM slides. Devin, anything on that? Anything on that Discord?
No, people trickling in, getting ready for the season, and same old from that end.
I'm happy to report I have not made an appearance on the Discord in 2 or 3 weeks, so it's been really good for me. So I appreciate
Matt
it.
Matt has a board in his office days since sending a message in the Discord.
It's like that safety thing like factories have. It's like
Yes.
35 days since last accident. I'm like, yep, 38 days since my last Discord appearance. It's been
I mean, it
it's
truly
been
is an
glorious.
accident when you get on there too. So please,
Trust
no
It's a
more.
safety concern for all.
Like
I don't
honestly,
know
I
who
don't know how
feels
much. I don't know how much you blowback you think I don't get from all of this, but come on now.
I don't know who feels worse when I'm on the Discord, me or the other people on the Discord, but it's a mutual love of the Discord. So all right,
Here
let's
comes
get
Dad.
to let's get to the vice president. She's the Kamala to my Joe. She is the vice president of the Sons of Ben. We're breaking glass all over the place. And I want to get a little background for those that don't know you. And I think Devin and myself might even learn some things about. So, Jess, we know native
Yes.
Adelco. You're like a
Mhm.
town away from the stadium. So being a Union fan was pretty much going to happen anyhow, especially with the family name where you guys, you're one of the founding families of the Union. I don't want to start stuff saying the first family of the Union because then the
No,
Mitchells
no.
and other people are going to start throwing shit at each other. So we're going to say you're one of the founding families, but how did it all start, you as a Union fan?
Bill beat me up and told me I had to start coming to help him. No, I'm just kidding. No, it really was because of Bill. He always had 2 tickets since, day one. And I was pretty much the place filler if he couldn't find a buddy to come along with him. At that point, I had been working at a dental office and a hoagie shop on the weekends. So when I wasn't at the hoagie shop, I would tag along with him to the games. And then once I left there, I was able to come to more matches, and then just helped, I guess, like followed him around a little bit and helped him with the volunteering, which kind of snowballed into me wanting to get on the board and help out more than just, pulling TIFO out and helping clean up at the tailgates.
Yeah, and we'll get to the board because Bill was the president at the time, and there was an election for travel, and I think he kind of beat you up again and said we need more people running for different things to get the excitement going in the voting. So you got kind of strong armed into running, didn't you? Just like we did it to Devin running.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He might be the little brother, but he definitely is stronger and bigger than me and takes the lead on some things. So he told me I was doing it, so I did it.
And that's a good sister. So then travel, then it was the VP. Like how's that been? How's that position? I always wanted that position. That was the one I desired. I wanted to be the Dick Cheney. I didn't want to be the Bush Obama. Definitely not the orange guy. I was like, yeah, the VP. That would be a cool role. So how's that going for you?
I like it. I like not having all of the responsibility that you have, but still kind of like a higher up role. I like being able to help everyone else on the board with their positions. If they get stuck with things, I like being able to talk to like different presidents within different supporter groups throughout, the US and the MLS. So I like it. It's definitely
Adam,
different than
heard
travel.
She is the backup quarterback that everybody loves and says should do the job. It's that great position. It's like, like she's the AJ Feely
She's
to Donovan McNabb.
no, she's basically Taysom Hill. Like we're all here just waiting for the retirement, so we're just like, okay, so can you just play the position? Because we've already been grooming you. Sean Payton likes you. Just be the guy. Be the guy. And then, as reluctantly as she's done everything else similar to Taysom Hill, she'll be like, all right, I'll do it. Sure.
Now, Jess, I do have a question for you. We need to know,
Yes.
because we were talking about sliding into DMs. What is the current number of restraining orders that you have, and from how many players on the union?
By order of the Delaware County Courts, I'm not allowed to discuss that. So
That's
Good-
fair.
good-
That's fair.
Good to know. We don't want to break any legal documents that you might have signed, but we do want to know your draft picks. So we don't know, at least up to this time. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if Colin is re-signed. So who is
He
Jess's
is, yes.
number one?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
No,
oh,
he's
okay,
back.
he did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so we know he's slotted in your number one list. Who's that
Mhm.
number two? Who's your backup to Colin for the most desirable player on the union? Your MVP.
Surprisingly, I don't have one yet. I have to see them out in the field. I need to see their stretching experience. I need to see how they handle that ball up and down the pitch.
And the Harvey Weinstein reference is making sense now to everyone.
This is a good start. This is a pod that I'm already very proud to be a part of, and I can't wait to see how it progresses. This is going to be good.
Let me tell you, like, when I'm on the board, and the board is it 50-50 or is it still predominantly female, I think? And we've got a group chat within the board, and I'm like, holy S, this is reverse Mad Men. Like, the ladies of the board talking about the players is like Sam the Butcher from Brady Bunch. Devin, Brady Bunch was a show in the 70s about a lovely
that
lady
is
with
too
three.
old a reference for all parties involved. All right, let's just pretend that I didn't watch enough Nick at Night to know what you were talking about because I'm weird.
Adam, we all know you watch Nick at Night now, so you knew the reference. But
First off,
no, I tell you,
not since they put George Lopez on because it wasn't the same after that. All right, I realized they were going away from what its traditional formula of putting on shows that no one has seen in 57 years. That was the good times. I miss Petticoat
so
Junction.
it's quite shocking, the locker room talk that I get from the female contingent of the board. I think me, Ross, and the other guys are like, whoa. So yeah, it's entertaining. And someday when we write that Sons of Ben book, we will print some of those chats out there.
Oh my God. You know how much no one wants us to be able to write that book? Like, we cannot be the authors of that book. There are so many people who'd be like, there's no way they are the authors of that book.
Yeah, I want to be the unnamed source in that book.
No, I'll be just like Black Capo number 2 in the corner, Maybe they'll confuse me with Rich. Then you don't know.
I was going to say, who's Black Capo number 1, but then you said, okay,
No,
it's Rich. Gotcha.
Look, hey, we're gonna. You don't know this. I'm starting a capo font, like a pipeline. I'm starting to find like more of us, out there in the wild. First, I've already talked to several members of Union FO, being like, so how are we going to help get more African Americans in here? But I got to do my part, and I'm like, how do I get more African American capos?
Well, that's probably something we should take offline, but we will work on that. Now, speaking of improving, I'm going to put Adam, Devin, you're going to love this. I'm going to put Adam and Jess on the spot right now because not many people know this, but Jess and Bill are part of the Chant Factory that's out of Aston, Pennsylvania. I referenced it before. It's like Gary, Indiana with, the Jackson 5. So I want to hear from right now, Jess and Adam. Give us a new chant, something y'all been working on.
Oh my God.
Oh.
We actually have been working on several, but the best part about half of the chants that Jess gives me, it's just her giving me like a tune, being like, do something with this. And I'm like, all right, sure, I'll figure it out. She'd be like, I heard this song whilst I was on the highway, what can we do with this? And I'm like, I mean, not much, but we can give it a good old college try. So let's see.
Listen,
Do you
the Jamiro Montero one was gold during the Sons of Quarantine.
I mean, it really was, but that was something that took about 15 minutes to get together. Like sometimes when we just sit there for 5 minutes and comes together, it's magic. But then other times we'll wait for like 6 weeks and be like, I have a song, and be like, nah. It turns out to be quite bad.
Gets shot down immediately.
I mean, look, it's also a logistics thing. Like if I can't necessarily rhyme any of the players into like whatever hair metal band I was just given, it doesn't work that well.
Well, we just to let everybody know, we are working on that, and I think we might debut a couple on Saturday at the trash pickup. We just got to find somebody that can drum it out because it cannot be me. So
Look,
yeah.
I might drop one later in the pod. You don't know that. That's what we like to call a tease in the business. Stick around.
That is good to know. All right, let's get a little Union news, and then we can get Jess's take on this. So I don't know if you noticed this, but spring training has been happening, and they had their first scrimmage behind. And this is what I don't get, and I think my prayers were answered. It was behind closed doors. They play in a frickin' park that was used to be a parking lot next to where the Phillies play in Clearwater. So how the hell is it behind closed doors? Were they just too cheap not to stream?
Are we finding out that you have knowledge of Central Florida that extends outside of Buena Vista? Like,
yes,
saying.
I do. That's called Clearwater Beach and Clearwater proper. The beach is very nice. Clearwater itself looks like one giant Walmart.
Real quick, how close is St. Pete to Clearwater? Because they advertise it like it's a package, and I'm not exactly sure myself.
I'm not old enough to go to St. Pete yet. That's a couple years. That's for like the blue hairs.
That's where the Rays play, I think. But anyway, as I digress from my own Floridian-based knowledge. I mean, look, I find it fun that they do have these closed kind of like, y'all can't show up to this. That's basically what they're trying to say. Like, please no one show up and pretend like they can watch the Union right now. Like, even if this wasn't a pandemic, we probably don't want you looking at us put 10 homegrowns on at one time,
But they wanted to send every picture of every guy in the new kit with the white shorts and the blue and yellow socks, but they didn't want to stream it. But it looks like
no, like
go
because we did a lot of Jersey talk recently, but I'm like, look, I was really hoping for some yellow shorts. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was really kind of hoping for some yellow shorts. But now that I have seen the white shorts, I mess with the white shorts. Those are good. It's a good look. It's a good look. It's clean.
I think yellow would look goofy.
I thought the whole uniform is goofy. It's like the best kind of goofy. That's kind of goofy.
I don't think the yellow would look nice with it though, and the shorts.
I like the
guys
white.
Agreed.
Yeah, I like the white a lot. I thought it looked, like you said, Adam, clean. And I'll agree with Jess. I was afraid if they went yellow, it was going to remind me of Catholic school elementary gym uniforms.
Yes,
like I was going to be back
absolutely.
at frickin' Most Holy Redeemer with like awkward gym shorts and just, yeah. So I like the white. I thought that was clean. And I thought the socks brought it all together. So I rarely do this, but kudos to Union Marketing. I think that kit all across the board is a winner.
But remember, it's the community that helped to put that together as well. So give it up to us, the peoples.
Don't worry. I'm sure everybody that was part of that community will be correcting us on Twitter or Instagram that I said Union Marketing and not their design prowess. But we'll get into that later.
I mean, I'm still shocked you're on any of these social media platforms.
Not by choice, man. Not by choice. If I could get rid of social media, and we'll get into that towards the end of this pod, I would get. I mean, one of the only reasons I pay attention to social media 2 times a day, and it's not for bowel movements. It's literally to check up on Union Twitter and that kind of crap to see what's going on, to see what people are yelling about.
I mean, I had a similar experience where I basically got off all of my social media, and then we started to do this podcast. So I felt like, oh, well, I probably should promote this on something, shouldn't I? And here I am.
we brought you back. But no, my prayers are answered. I don't know if you guys know this, but they're no longer doing the closed doors. They announced they're going to stream the next 2 games. So this Saturday, 3 o'clock, Chicago. What's Chicago's team name? It's like the Torches, the Tiki Torches. The what are they called again now?
They are still Chicago Fire, even as far
Wow.
back as like the backyard soccer had them as the Chicago Fire. They are still the Chicago Fire. In fact, I'm
Okay.
looking at that. I'm like, there of the original team names left. Is there like what 4 or 5 of them that are actually still left from the original team names? And no, I do not count the San Jose Earthquakes
Why not?
because they were the Quakes, and then they evolved into the Earthquakes, and then also they moved to Houston that one time.
Yeah,
This is
we
not
might
them. This is a reiteration.
we might have to get
You're going to
pull
hold
up.
that against them?
I hold it against the Winnipeg Jets. That's not the Winnipeg Jets of yore. That's the Atlanta Thrashers that became the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets don't exist anymore. You know, if the Quebec Nordiques came back, they would not be the OG Quebec Nordiques. Those are in Colorado.
So who are the New Jersey Devils? Are they still the Kansas City Scouts to you?
No, they're not the Kansas City Scouts, but if they got another team in Kansas City and called them the Kansas City Scouts, those are not the original Kansas City Scouts. They are the New Jersey Devils.
All right,
Like
and they were the
if the-
Colorado Rockies too. So man, that's some good hockey talk on the soccer pod.
Hey, I started with a reference to soccer because like they were originally the Burn, they changed that. They were originally the Wiz, now they're Sporting Kansas City. You know, like half the team names were changed. The Mutiny and the Fusion disappeared. You know,
I mean, if my name was The Wiz, I think I would change that too. So
here's the thing: I'm shocked you wouldn't pick the Wiz as a team name. That feels like you would just to troll the rest of MLS as an owner. You'd be like, "We're the urination team. That's us. That's the name we're going to go with."
Adam, your hobby should not
The
be your team
Shockers.
name either. Well, well, I take it back.
No,
Your hobby
no,
can be your
we
team
have-
name.
We have look a union. That's going to be my favorite team name in history because there's going to be a lot of people like not like 200 years now. No one's going to understand why that team is named the Union, but everyone's just going to go with it, and it's going to be fun.
Breaking news: Adam is like a Republican that's a union buster. Whoa, good to know, man. Woo.
Yo, bring down Big Union. That's me. That's Adam Booth.
Adam Booth will be with Jimmy Hoffa pretty soon, but that's good to know.
Damn! Wow. First
Wow,
off,
wow.
musty ass
Jeez.
reference.
Historical relevance. I can't even
They
say the
don't
damn
look
word.
as a person who went to both public and boarding school. We ain't learning about Jimmy Hoffa like that, so that's a musty reference.
You must not be watching the History Channel, my friend.
I really no, because it's just trash pickers now. Have you not seen the History Channel? It's ancient aliens, trash pickers, and occasionally like a Planet Earth episode.
Sunday nights, tune in. Your boy Adam Richmond's got a new show. It's worth it. But anyhow, speaking of streaming, we got Chicago 3 o'clock. It's streaming on the Union site, and the 31st versus DC. That's Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Where we, like we said earlier, we're going to bring back the old Sons of Quarantine. So if you're streaming at work, working from home, hopefully you'll be able to hear our loud houses with the drums and the air horns and everything like that. Now there was some news that came out of spring training, which is weird because it's usually just been Sir Anthony Dominguez's fastball is down at 89 miles an hour, but apparently your boy Anthony Fontana has been graced with the new number 10 spot. Did you guys see Jimmy's press conference?
I did see the press conference, but more importantly, I saw the tweet by Jonathan Tannenwald because got a shout out to the Peoples. But no, the thing that is not surprising about this is this feels like Aronson 2.0, and it's like obviously he wasn't as touted as a prospect, and he's a little bit older, but this feels like Fontana's like I score goals. Like I showed you last year, I score goals at a high level. If you're not going to get another striker, you're going to need a number 10 that is a goal sniffer, and that's 100% him. Aronson is like when you play Mario Kart and you get Mario. He's an all-around good player. If you hit him, he's not going to fall off the map immediately. His acceleration is okay, but there's like he's not Toad. You know, he's not the cheat codes of like a Bowser or a Donkey Kong where you know no shells will affect him. The Fontana experience is go, 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 score goals, go, go, go. And I love it. And I think that's going to be the remedy to you not getting yourself a big DP striker. And also, they're going to want to sell him. You know, he's still young enough in that range where they're going to try to want to display him for, you know, greener pastures. And I think letting him score 8 or 9 goals in 12 games to start the season will definitely help that.
Yeah, and he
I think the Mario Kart reference is probably one of the top references on the podcast, Adam. I just want to shout that one out real quick.
But is it not accurate? Is it?
That is
It is.
that is
Very,
a brilliant reference.
And
I'm
I
just
think-
saying, man, it's accurate.
I think the Aronson family is going to want you to sign a Mario Kart, you know, old school cartridge for them to put next to all of Brennan's trophies.
Oh my God! Here's the thing. I think like you have kids who didn't get Mario Kart 64 missed out on a lot, but Mario Kart Double Dash did slap. I won't lie. You know, he might have a good pedigree with it already.
He could be playing it right now in Salzburg as we speak. Who knows? Get some sleep, kid.
Hey, speaking of these new kids, have you seen the picture of Matt Real that they posted today? Looks like he had himself a good off season.
Oh my God! He
Look-
svelte.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
svelte. He like the man said a gym. I could do that. I could lift some things in that for a while. What do you mean? Yeah.
I hear Jess's fingers typing right now on the Google.
I was just gonna say he might be number 2.
Like, yo, Matt Real definitely came in here. Like, remember, like he's giving me talented Richie Marquez vibes. That's all I'm saying. You know, with not necessarily the attitude, but the overall vibe there from the workout. I'm like, that boy going into the gym and doing his fitness.
So, Devin, do you think Matt Real's part of the Peloton crew now? Is that what you're saying? He's looking like us.
He
with the
might have
Peloton?
taken Jim's old one. He may have taken Jim's.
Yo,
That
now,
looks like a serious workout, guys.
yeah,
That
he's up
Peloton
in there
bike.
doing like CrossFit. Like, you know, he's flipping a tire somewhere. You know, that's what that gets you right there.
man, well, hopefully it works out because he's got to fill some legendary shoes, I believe. So we're gonna see. You guys, are you ready for the Anthony Fontana chance? We got some Tony Montana chance for our new number 10. That, as we're gonna say, I think it was Tommy Wilson from the Academy said he's not a great goal scorer, but he scores great goals. So I mean, I think the kid's gonna light it up for us in the beginning of this season. But Adam, what you got for us, man? You got a little say hello to our little friend?
Oh man, I mean, look, I will definitely try to get some Tony Fontana chants in there. I've heard mixed reviews from the actual Fontana camp because he definitely likes to be called Anthony over Tony. He's definitely expressed that. So I like to be diplomatic when it comes to that kind of stuff, but at the same time, if it's for creative purposes, I might override. You know, it's just one of those things. We might not get him on the pod, but you know.
We did talk to him briefly, and he goes, I don't care what you say as long as you're calling my name out. So I think he's more thirsty for his own chant that he's willing to take the Tony mantra just because I think he really wants... I think everybody now is jealous of a Jamaican striker that we'll talk about.
Look, man, I'm waiting for the Union to just dip in with us on that and just start playing the song at random intervals. Like, obviously, you can't play music during the game, but like, I feel like he comes out for pregame warm-ups, and that's just going to play eventually. Just get a little Baby Shark in there.
Did you see on it was Instagram or Twitter, he was like, hey guys, it's your friend Scory. Literally said Scory because we're missing
Yes,
you. Can't
I
wait
saw
to
that.
get
That was
Philly.
funny.
So he's calling himself Scory right now. So yeah, I think all the players are hoping for a little their own branding opportunity with chance. No pressure on you two, but get to work.
Does Corey, I mean, like, so...
It's called
I've
Scory, not
debated
Corey.
this. Sorry. Does Scory have the biggest goal in Union history, or does Santos? This is the question I always like to ask people now.
I'm still saying Latu because he had the first goal in Union history.
No. I think the goal that secures you hardware becomes your biggest goal. You know, the first trophy's goal is the biggest goal. Now, technically, the game winner was Santos's goal, but the securer was Burke's goal. And I'm like, what feels like the more important goal in Union history?
Well, would it be our good friend Andrew Wooten for preventing the goal?
I mean, that was, look, man.
That was
Whenever we want to talk about the Andrew Wooten career, I don't believe he got enough minutes, and not because he didn't deserve it. I just think we had a log jam at the position at the time, which is ironic looking at the Union now. But the idea that that save that he put in, that was a biggie. That's not to be discredited in the lore of what led us to a champion season.
But maybe we just got to do a Mount Rushmore for the season of those. We got 3 guys that put up one there. We just need to get a 4th, and then we're good. We can call it a day.
Hey, we'd have to do the Philly Sports Radio for that one, Matt. So
786-456. All right, we're talking about your Mount Rushmore here. Okay, so we got Alejandro Bedoya. Obviously, he's the captain. He's too important. There's no way you can't have him up there. Second, you got Andre Blake, the brick wall, the Jamaican shaken. He is obviously the man that you need there in between the pipes and up on our big granite rock somewhere in South Dakota. Now, here's what we're going to have to do. We got to figure out the 2 other spots here. Devin, who's on your Mount Rushmore for the 2020 season? What are we doing here?
I'm gonna go Jamiro Montero.
Jamiro Montero. I like that. A stabilizing force in the middle, the engine that makes the car go. There's a motor in that man, and there's a motor in this team. Matthew, who is the 4th man on the mountain?
No, I'm going to answer this for Jess. It's Colin, then Real, then Richie Marquez. Ooh, I don't know your 4th one, Jess. You got to help us out with this one.
This is
How
the
is your
Mount
history,
Rushmore,
Matt? Do you know how many faces are at Mount Rushmore?
Right, there's only 4.
I got
Also,
her
we're
3rd.
talking
I got her
about-
3rd. I'm telling you, Jess's
No.
Mount Rushmore. I'm changing the game right now. We're doing
Jess's
Jess's
Mount Rushmore is in the red light district in Amsterdam, so that's not the same facility that we're talking about here. That is what we like to call a canal. Not Mount Rushmore, Mount Canal.
Oh,
I do want
Lord.
us to do another sports radio episode because, sometimes I crave just the especially 90s sports radio when everyone's just yelling about Doug Glanville and shit like that. I crave that shit again.
We will see. Now, it's not really sports radio related, but we do have upcoming games that we will finally get to start bitching about. We've got and Devin, I think I got it right. We got Saprissa coming up, right? We got Costa Rican action on the 7th and the 14th. We are. It's early for me to tell you, but we're working on 1 or 2 viewing parties for this now that things are opening up. People are getting vaccinated, all that stuff. Which don't let me get started on vaccinated. People that got vaccinated are acting like you won the damn lottery, and you're acting like you got the Cabbage Patch Kid. Like some of us haven't been able to do it. We can't cut the line. Stop making us feel bad. We didn't get vaccinated, but that's a different story.
We all need to go to the South immediately and hang out near our local Walgreens and just wait. There will be shots available at the end of the day. We could all collect our shots and go home.
Bro, go to Oklahoma. Those people don't believe in it. They think the government's bugging you. All the shots are sitting there in Oklahoma.
I'm giving out my cheat code right now. I am going to South Carolina. I am going to figure out when I can get a time because I am still technically a resident of South Carolina. I'm going to figure out when I can get my time because they've opened it up to all citizens. They're not just doing, people in phases. They're just like, are you an adult? Do you want a shot? Here you go. We have to figure
My
this
local
out.
community senator is doing shots for anyone as well.
Shots.
Everybody. Devin, I did pick up something from that we might need to be concerned about at the pod. Apparently, like Anthony Fontana carrying an Italian passport, it looks like one Adam Booth has got a Philadelphia and a South Carolina passport. So we could lose him to that team in Charlotte at some
The
point.
Charleston Battery?
Yeah,
you're going to lose me to the Charleston. First off, Charlotte is like 4 hours away from Myrtle Beach. I'd have better luck being a Richmond Kickers fan at that point.
Just saying, we found out about his dual citizenship. Now we got to worry about that, Devin. We got to shut that down early.
I'm happy we were talking to Jess right now because then we can also talk about our mutual respect for Charlotte calling themselves CLTFC.
I am so happy you're bringing this up.
That is by far, like, look, they're gonna like, it's our airport area code, LOL. Don't you know? I was like, look, you called yourself Clit FC. Let's just be real. Let's just put our cards on the table. You called yourself CLT FC. What
So
are
how
we
many-
doing here?
How many guys are going to be able to find that?
No one's going to be able. 40% of their fan
None.
base will not be able to
None.
find their stadium. They're going to be like, where do I gotta go? Is it over here? What is it over here?
Does
I'm
this
in a
feel
Where's
good?
that boat at?
Does this feel good?
Yeah. Am I right? Did I get there yet? Like, legitimately. Like, here's the thing. It's 2020. Like, this team just happened. And I'm like, there was no one in the marketing department in North Carolina who said this might be a problem. There might be an issue, especially if we just call it CLTFC. This might be an issue. Because like no one actually uses their abbreviations like that. Like no one literally abbreviates their team like that. They did that on purpose, and I'm like, did no one talk to anybody, or did they think this might be a fun joke?
Jess, did
Fun
you buy
joke. I'm going
did you
with
buy a
it.
jersey yet?
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to go on clearance.
Their hats are funny though. Like I want a hat. I do want a hat. I'm not gonna lie, they look fab, you know. And like their color scheme is kind of cool. Like I like the idea of it. You know me, as a person who just revealed my dual citizenship with South Carolina. You know, I'm for the South optimizing their soccer experience at the same time. Yo, marketing guys, like what are we doing?
They're geniuses. Now everyone wants to buy the CLT gear.
You're not wrong. But like you're in Clutch Your Pearls, North Carolina. This might not be the like if you were in like, you know, like if this was like the new Seattle team, I'd be like, this is clever. I like what they're doing here. But like literally doing that for like Charlotte, North Carolina, like half the fan base might not even get it.
Well, is it legal to buy that in North Carolina, the CLT, or is that still like prostitution?
I mean, it's as legal as us putting bimbo on our freaking uniforms and walking our kids through their middle schools and being like, I am a bimbo. What are we doing? Hi. Soccer is not popular enough in our country to make that work. I really want to stress that. Like that's the thing that eventually it might be, but like when the Union in 2010 put bimbo across the shirt, I'm just like, y'all, that's also like y'all didn't really, I get the money, but like y'all didn't really think about that one, did you?
Yeah, I don't think Wawa was, knocking down their door, so they were just taking any check they could get, you know.
But shout out to the fact that they've actually held that sponsor for like 10 years now, because like a lot of people actually change sponsors. Like
Like
Red-
Chelsea.
I was trying to explain tires spelled with a Y the other day on Facebook because they were just like, "What, Yokohama T-Rays?" And I'm like, yes, Yokohama T-Rays. That's right. No one, only spelling of tire is the American spelling. No one else could have any other spelling of it. You're correct.
I'll be honest though, if I was a certain company in Pennsylvania, if I wanted to get the ire of every Philadelphian, I would be the marketing person for sheets and put that on the Union jersey, and people would lose their shit. They would want bimbo back.
Oh, absolutely.
If you put sheets on there, that would be a bigger hubbub than anything else that you could put on that jersey. That would be
but
like,
we get John Fetterman to come to our games now, and like what would
I would
be
riot.
better than Lurch showing up to all of our games? I'm here for that. Shout out to the probable senator. But yeah, you know, that's. I mean, look, I actually am a person who I'm diplomatic with it. Like I'm Team Wawa, but Upper Marion had a very nice stream of students go to the University of Pittsburgh, so I've made journeys west across this great land called Pennsylvania. And look, it's not my number one choice. I feel it's a little cartoonish at times. There's a lot of bright colors in it. I think it's like trying too hard to be a thing. But I'll mess with a milkshake at Sheets every once in a while. I'll admit it.
listen, I'm Team Wawa, and I know Jess is, but I will dabble
Yeah.
into a Royal Farms or into a Sheets.
Yo,
just
Royal
for
Farms, we're fine with them. That's their family. That Royal Farms could get it. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but you know when you go into a Royal Farms, because you stink like that fryer oil when you come out of there.
No, but the problem is I'm usually going to the Royal Farms since there's none near Center City when I'm leaving a Union match. And if you know me for capoing, I sweat the entire time. So it's a fight between my aroma versus the fry cook's aroma.
And
in
you
the
do
sheet
smell
in
like
Royal
smoke.
Farms.
I mean, smoke bombs. That's what I meant.
No, both. What are we talking about here?
Jess,
Like-
have you ever cheated on Wawa with Royal Farms?
For their bathroom, but I won't eat that trash in there.
Look, when we're arguing about
Delco
the
runs deep,
merits
yo.
of-
Delco runs deep.
No, here's the thing. I am Delco adjacent, but they don't like to claim us. You know, on the north side of the Delco, they don't like to claim us up here. It's fine. You know, it's cool. It's fine.
I stock up on Wawa tea when I go on road trips, so I don't have to buy it from somewhere else.
No, that's legit.
I'll get like an
I was just
orange
excited
cart.
when I grew up and found out that Wawa coffee wasn't the only version of coffee on the planet Earth. I was like, oh wow, wait, there's other coffees. You said?
She gonna fight you soon, man. You are dancing on the line, man. I don't
No, no.
even.
I don't.
I don't talk.
I'm not a coffee person.
See, I get to win because La Colombe. Look, man, I will do the French vanilla at Wawa, but that's the only thing you're getting out of me, man. If you're doing like basic ass coffee, no, I like my palate too much. Plus, I'm dating an Italian woman. Do you think I can drink regular coffee now? Everything is
No.
like an espresso out of a machine that costs $500 million.
Your boys at Sheets have got some espresso, man. So just letting you know, you can hit
Yeah,
that
it's
up.
like an espresso. It's like an espresso mocha frappuccino like
Terrible.
milkshake. It's like that's 17,000 calories. You know.
Yeah.
It's just gravel they took from their parking lot.
I mean, that's fair.
Sheets.
It's you know,
Gravel
it's
they
Western
took from their-
Pennsylvania. There's a lot of quarries.
It's gravel they took from their Pittsburgh-looking teeth, but we'll get into that later.
God, man. Yeah. Similar to the British, dentist eventually got out to Pittsburgh, my friend. Come on now.
Not soon enough, man. Not soon enough. Let's get back to Devin's probably. Luckily, the camera's off on Devin, so I can't see his face getting beat red, yelling at us for getting off the rails. But viewing party, we're going to announce it soon on the 7th. We might be close to 50% capacity for the 14th. It's a Wednesday night game. We're not going to tailgate. I'm telling you now. We might just have some beers from our friends out so people can grab and have a beer before, because you know it's a 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock game on a school night. But April 24th versus Inter Miami. It's an 8 p.m. national game, and we are approved to do a tailgate. Right now, the state of Pennsylvania allows a catered outdoor event for 100 guests. So we are going to tailgate. We're going to pre-sell only 100 tickets. So once we put them on sale, get there, because we're not going to take walk-ups. We're not going to do that. We're going to set up the lot so it's socially distanced, but the beer's going to flow. The burgers and the dogs are going to be on the grill. We are going to tailgate like we used to. So it's going to be the first feeling of being normal again for this season. So get ready for the announcements for that. We're pretty thrilled that everybody's worked hard and said we can do this and we can do it safely. So we're going to tailgate, man. And we're going to make Adam, do the hip shake during the end of the tailgate to march into the stadium.
Doing the hippie
I
hippie
mean,
shake.
Look, if you guys are just using my ass every year to get people into the stadium, there's only so much of that to go around. I'm just being real with y'all. But no, I want Devin
Jess,
to
any
be our
comments on
bouncer,
using
though.
ass?
Look,
That's why you're the head capo.
look. I mean, I think Heather called me once Philadelphia's ass, and I think she meant that as a compliment. So I will take that moniker strongly.
Yes.
But squat game is on 100,000, but still. The idea that I just really want Devin to be our bouncer once we hit 100 capacity, just to be like, no sir, we have no mas, no room in the
I'm not built
Masada.
for that. I don't think I'm built for that.
No,
man.
look, man, you're intimidating as hell, Devin. Don't pretend otherwise. Like when
Devin,
I see
wear-
you, I'm a little like, ooh.
wear
all
the
right,
flat
please don't
brim
hurt me,
hat.
sir.
Wear the flat brim hat for your.
I get the flapper.
Can you
Get the
allow
flat
your
brim hat.
beard to do that like Lincoln thing where it's just on the edges of your jawline and nowhere else, and we're good to go. You're fine.
I'll talk to my girlfriend about that one, but I don't know if she'll approve of that.
The beard or the
I
flat
That would be
brim?
amazing. That would
I
be
believe Jess will-
amazing.
I believe Jess is a free enough spirit to understand your wanting to change yourself and your aura.
Now, we were speaking of, asses, and I was going to warn you about, believing people's hype about your ass being Philadelphia's ass, because other groups might have called you an ass something else, but we won't get into that. But Devin, I think you need to play that beautiful music right now.
You're the jerk of the week. You're you're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week, but this week, you're the jerk of the week. Oh yeah, you're the jerk of the week. I'm looking at you, buddy.
It is the return, Adam, of one of our original segments that we thought we could retire because people were learning how to behave, but it's Ass Hat of the Week. I think, Adam, you want to start this one off?
Look, people, I'm actually really not a tolerant person. I got to be real with you. I know everyone's like, Adam, you're kind of liberal. You're a tolerant. No. I was a person who was bullied my entire life up until about 11th grade. And here's the thing. Some of that, you bring upon yourself, but other than that stuff, it's not fair, it's not right, and it's not real. It's something that you have to be above, especially if you're a grown-ass person. And the way people were treating Carson Wentz's number one fan, Gio, on the internet about him revealing Carson Wentz's new number is like the antithesis of why any fan base, especially Philadelphia, gets any of the shit that we get. This was, as far, one of the more disgusting things I had ever seen in my natural born life. The fact that anybody could have the audacity to feel this type of way towards this child, this particular child, it goes without saying that human garbage is a good and is a pleasant term for the type of individual who would engage in such tomfoolery.
To give some background real quick, Giovanni is a 13-year-old boy who does a podcast. He suffers, and I don't remember, but it's between like MS and dwarfism. But the kid has got like a heart of gold. He's just super positive. He covers Philly sports. He's told his parents that him doing the pod and interacting on social media has kept him pretty like sane and happy during quarantine and everything else. And a lot of the athletes have gravitated towards him, including Carson Wentz, who, despite everybody's feelings that he left Philadelphia, is probably a halfway decent human being. Sorry he didn't like it here. He didn't do anything to you. He didn't like impregnate your sister and run out of town. So I don't know why people are overreacting about this, but because he's such a Carson Wentz super fan, the Colts sent him a jersey. And it was used as a number reveal where Carson Wentz is now wearing the number 2. And some of our internet, Twitter tough guys went as far as saying they would break the kid's kneecaps and all this other shit that you can't believe. And you said it, Adam. You called them grown-ass men, but I can't believe that they're grown-ass men. There's something stinted in their growth or their evolution process. But they just attacked this kid, and it's just like made me like there's nobody else in this city that has a bigger love affair with the city of Philadelphia. I love everything about Philadelphia. I even love the bad shit, how people can get gritty and nasty, and I'm like, yeah, that's us. We're Philly tough, all this. But that just made me ashamed of even sharing the same area code, zip code, and air with some of these scumbags. So yeah, you guys are proud recipients of Ass Hat of the Week, and we actually reached out to Gio's parents, and we're hoping if he's up for it, we want to get him with up on the capo stand with Philadelphia's ass, one Adam Christopher Booth, and let him capo with Adam.
I would not only love that, I that would be one of the great pleasures I've had, having this privilege, because it is something that is close to me as an individual, seeing something like this happen. And the one thing that gets me in trouble on social media ever is like going after douchebags and going after people who just lack empathy for other humans. And this stuff right here, it triggered me in a way. Like, I got sad today reading this stuff, like it actually made me sad. It was the same thing that happened to the lovely young lady who started playing the piano after Sixers wins, Sixers Sadie. after she got
Oh.
harassed off of social media, that also broke my heart. It continues to be a thing where I don't know what fuels these people. I don't. I can't really wrap my head around just being mean to other people for no apparent reason. But it's a thing, and it's prevalent, and do they do it for likes or notoriety, attention? I don't know what it is, but it breaks my heart to see this kind of activity happen, and especially the people who, above all, if I get trolled on the internet, I probably deserved it. If someone comes at me, I'm a grown man, I'll take that. But to come at a child, and a child like this, a person with, like, again, a heart of not gold, platinum, like, that's how strong and that's how, stable it is. It's just this person is 100% every kind of person you want your child to be. And it just breaks my heart.
Yeah, and you're not the only one. I woke up to DMs from our incredibly great friend of the pod, to steal a term from other friends. Union Hulk kind of made me aware of everything that was going on, and he's like, "I'm about to get thrown off Twitter because me going after people." And I was like, "Please don't get thrown off Twitter. We need you for this." So yeah, and now there's guys like some D-bag going, "I said some dumb shit yesterday about Gio. I'd like to apologize." I'm like, dude, now you're walking it back. So I mean,
No,
it's
but
just
it's not even that apology. It was the fact that particular individual that you speak of blamed Twitter.
oh yeah,
Like bleep off. All right, like,
yeah.
between
Twitter
all
makes
of
you
these-
say dumb shit. Twitter
Look.
doesn't they don't make your thumbs do the tapping, dude. Like, that was your dumb shit come out of your dumb ass.
And look, I'm not even going to talk about what happened in Atlanta, because we can get into that on another day when everything is like, all, settled and all that shit. But I've already mentioned on my Twitter account many times about the amount of anti-Asian hate crimes that are up. I've talked many times about the amount of anti-Semitism coming up. And we've talked about Black Lives Matter and all those movements throughout the summer, And you want to think to yourself, all of this awareness and all of this saying, like, can you look at people who have different opinions and don't look like you and don't act like you? Can we all just, like, look at each other for 5.5 seconds? And the response is almost chaotically, no, we can't. And that's the thing that really gets me at my core is, options are presented in front of people, and the choices that some people are making, not the majority of the people, I got to admit, it's not the majority of people, but it is enough of a voice to make an impact, and it's sad.
Yeah, and I think you got to, like you said, it's not the majority. Sometimes it's the squeaky wheel we pay way too much attention to, and you know what, we should kind of get off this until we're able to talk to Gio, because we have invited him to maybe do a co-pod and bring him out, and I would love to get his impact, because I have his input, because I think as a 13-year-old, he probably has got a better look on this than we would, a better take, and he's probably more almost forgiving than we are for what is going on and the insanity of all this. And again, another reason I can't stand social media anymore. I think the scales have tipped from all the good it's done to it's definitely even maybe more of like the harm it's caused. But now, Adam, I'm going to do one thing to make you and Jess happy. You ready, Adam?
Give it to me.
We're going to talk about the U.S. men's under-23 team and Wayne, Pennsylvania's Matt Freese, who the boys were in Guadalajara, Mexico, currently right now, as we were doing this, and they were playing Costa Rica. So, Devin, did we see a score yet? Because I have not seen it yet. I had to turn off my TV.
Yeah, 1-0 final score. Unfortunately, no Matt Freese in this one. It was David Ochoa.
Yeah, David Ochoa got the start. I saw that as I was watching the match. I mean, look, they want to save Mr. Freeze for the final, when we get ourselves prepared to qualify for the is this
The
World Cup or
Olympics.
Olympics? Yeah,
This
Olympics.
is Olympic qualifying. So they have Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, and then Mexico for these
Matt
3 games
Freeze
here.
is coming in for Mexico,
Okay.
as you know. That's
Oh,
this-
absolutely.
I mean, the kid got a shutout to win a championship before. He's going to do it again.
Oh, and he's for your
100%.
answer for your Sports Talk Radio. He's the fourth on that getting the trophy on the Mount Rushmore. I know you had Andre Blake. Matt Freeze
he's
gets
low-key
a
the Nick Foles of this team. Like, actually, if you
Yep.
want to be real about it, like, I love Andre to death, but like, did he get us the title or did Matt Freeze get us the title? I'm just saying here.
yeah. I mean, and Jess can attest as someone that was on the field when the fake shield was being awarded. You know, Matt Freeze was the one with sweat. Dre was not.
Absolutely. Oh,
Jess, you want to
that was exciting, wasn't
do you
it?
want to describe that to people? Because I've talked about it where we were going on to present the shield, and Adam, you remember it was a nice October night. It wasn't
Yeah.
chilly out. It was
No.
Jess was shaking like a leaf. I'll let you take it from there, Jess.
I was from head to toe. It was so surreal, honestly. I can't believe that I even was able to hold that shield out because I was shaking so freaking bad. You would have thought that I had like hypothermia or something, but it was awesome just seeing everybody all around cheering, the electricity in the stadium, the guys on the field. I loved all the confetti that was shooting all over the place. It was just so awesome, and I loved every single minute of it. I really did.
And where is that confetti now, Jess? Because Jess did pick up some trash from the field to collect some momentums.
Because I have some from the Phillies parade and the Eagles parade, so I had to have some from that night too, and I have them all in a box on my bureau in my bedroom.
Confetti
Adam,
is important.
Other people like have their grandmom's ashes on their bureau. Jess has got confetti from championships.
No, I have.
That's the difference.
I have
Priorities.
3 deflated balloons from all 3 of St. Joe's A10 championships while I was a student there from basketball, from the women's team in 13, and then the 14 and the 16 championships. I'll have deflated balloons, and
And they've been trying to reinflate that program ever since, haven't they?
Look, sir. If we had Ryan
Ba-dum-bum.
Daly for the entire season, we would have been the second best team in Philadelphia. Yeah, I said it, Temple, and your broke asses up there. Now, what's real about it is we'll be back. The hill is going to rise again, and we're going to leapfrog the ashes of that school in North Philadelphia that's probably going to close soon, LaSalle, and Drexel. Good, nice little 16 seed you got there. Enjoy that little ride you got for 5 minutes. But you want to get down to Big 5 basketball? We can do this, Matt. We can do
All
this.
right. Well, then, if we are talking about the future hopes and dreams, let's just talk about the 2031 future Union co-captains, Brendan Aronson and Christian Pulisic, are going to be taking on Union Hall of Fame goalkeeper in Austria when the U.S. men's national team plays the Jamaican national team upcoming in a friendly. And here's my only question.
What a headline that is.
And here's the thing. Everybody's worried about Brendan going to score. What's Christian going to do? Here's the only thing I'm concerned about. I do not want one Scory Burke traveling to fucking Austria before MLS season. I want to tape him to a chair. He stays in the U.S. freaking A. Sorry, Jamaica. He's not coming with you. Thoughts?
Well, then, Matthew, I have good news for you.
What's that?
As far as I know right now, neither Andre Blake nor Corey Burke are going to that friendly.
Oh, that's the best
Really?
news I heard all
Yeah.
day.
So I saw this tweet earlier, but as far as I know, and I'm going to try to confirm this right now in real time to show you how well-oiled a machine this podcast really is. I'm going to try to confirm, but yes, I believe that neither Corey nor Andre Blake are actually going to this friendly.
Dude, I would take out the battery in his car. I would flatten his tires. If I'm Ernst Tanner, I'm giving him food poisoning like that. He can't get on the flight because there's no way he goes
Take his passport.
everything.
Shout out to our boys at the Brotherly Game. But yes, no Andre Blake or Corey Burke for the Reggae Boys roster for their friendly against the U.S. national team. But there are some familiar faces, like former Union U2 Steel FC player Chavi Willis and Omar Holness.
Oh.
But yeah, so no Andre Blake, no Corey Burke. You don't have to
Oh.
worry. They're not leaving Clearwater. He can still wear his Terminator shades.
Aronson 2 goals, Pulisic 3. That's going to be something to watch. Now
Look,
we
I
do
would
have.
say Chelsea needs to keep Pulisic in London so you don't, break something.
I think he needs to break a sweat right now because he's only getting about 10 minutes a game, if that. Now speaking of breaking a sweat, Adam, I saw on the social medias you were sweating it out during a Sixers game. How was it back being in the Wells Fargo Center, my friend?
It was fun, a little odd, because you definitely got the vibes of like, this is different. It wasn't, I definitely felt it was good to be back. It was kind of cool to be around people and to kind of share that energy. And coincidentally enough, it didn't feel too far away from like the Process Sixers when there was only like about 8,000 of us there to begin with. It felt it had some of those vibes to it, but yeah,
Like no line for the men's room. You were like, this is great.
This, it was actually really great. And then, but some of the concession stands were closed. Like there was no Shake Shack, which was kind of disappointing. And, you had to get like regular hot dogs and stuff like that. And, as a person who is used to having amenities, it was a little sobering to be like, what do you mean my beer's not free? I used to this.
Ooh.
Like, yeah.
You had to pay for your beers? Oh, Adam,
I actually had to
man.
pay. Look, Matt, you've sat with me at these games. I haven't paid for my beers in like 3 years now.
I can't go back. I can only go to Adam Booth
Oh
seats.
my
I can't
God.
go to the. It's like
it's
Devin. It's like
intoxicating.
flying first class and then flying like
Spirit.
with chickens on Spirit down to like the Dominican
Damn.
Republic. It's like
Damn. That's a specific flight. That's a very specific flight that is flying only out of Atlantic City. I feel you. I feel you deeply. No, but look,
At like 2 a.m.
the red eye to PR is like not to PR to the DR.
The DR, yeah.
No, the one to San Juan is regular time, and everyone's going down there for spring break right now. That's all that is. But
Oh.
Now, Devin, speaking of beaches, I have an important question for you that's part of the other news.
All right.
All right, Devin, I need you to name a beach town in the state of New Jersey that you will not run into Jess or Adam.
See, I think I'm gonna have to go with Ocean City.
Ding, 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 ding. Do you know why that is the correct answer, Devin?
I am not sure why, but tell me.
Well, New Jersey has legalized the weed, but Ocean City, being the family playground that it is, has told the state of New Jersey, just like alcohol, they can shove that law right up their ass, and they will not allow you to partake in the, as the old people call the sticky icky. So I don't think we are going to see Jess or Adam strolling the boardwalk with some Mac and Manco's pizza. Can you guys confirm or deny this?
You are wrong, Sarah, because I love the ride. So I will go to any boardwalk in any place, in any city, anywhere. So
you thought I was going to the Jersey Shore? You're adorable with your face there. First off, obviously I go down to Myrtle Beach, and they haven't legalized most things down there. So, that was just kind of the journey in its own regard. But, I mean, look, the Jersey Shore has a reputation associated with it. Shout out to all my people who live there. There's a reason why they filmed an MTV television program there. So
That was North Jersey. North Jersey.
Look, you're going to pretend like Sea Isle could not have just been the exact same place if they wanted it to be?
Maybe parts of Wildwood. I don't know.
Well, we'll send them directly to Atlantic City and cut out the middleman. How about that?
True.
There you
Bring
go.
it to
I
you to
love
be like
Atlantic
that.
City.
Who doesn't love Atlantic City? But that's totally what that is.
Oh man, it's the best.
So, the thing about it is, I feel that I respect Ocean City for sticking to their guns and saying we're not going to be susceptible to the marijuana. But like the thing about it is, and this is like on Martha's Vineyard, they have a similar town called Vineyard Haven, where it's a dry town itself on Martha's Vineyard, and you're just like, but you're not stopping me from bringing alcohol into my home, right? And they're like, no, obviously not. So it's like they do in Ocean City, I assume the great dispensaries of the Garden State will just be like lined right over the bridges, right outside of town, to say, here, come get what you need, go over the bridge and enjoy yourself in your home because your kids are terrible and you need a little bit of a break.
So Devin, you're booking the
I think
family.
it's nice to have that extra option.
Exactly. Like Ocean City is built on your kids are terrible, but you need a place for them to go. But you also
Yeah,
need
I think that's
libations
okay.
to help you deal with your terrible kids.
Maybe you
Yeah,
shouldn't
but if you're
have had.
Mormon, you don't do that stuff anyway.
Yeah, also like especially like the older people in Ocean City who are like feeling joint pain, they might need that in themselves. Like it's no one's stopping these people from just popping, edibles at their leisure in New Jersey, I'm just
The
saying.
CBD.
And
oil.
everybody, vote for Adam for DA of Ocean County, New Jersey. It's going to be great.
First off, like I would even like, what am I gonna do? Bust all the kids drinking Heinekens because America has terrible liquor laws? Is that my job? No. What I would do as DA of Ocean County would be literally nothing, and then I would get fired.
It's White Claw.
Oh my! I would put the White Claw law down. That's how I would do it. There's no laws with claws unless Adam Booth is in town.
That's what we like to hear. Now, Devin, I know we're long on time. You call the ball. Do we got a little time to talk about your favorite Premier League team, or should we be wrapping it up?
We might as well talk about it so I can fully accept the blowback from Tottenham's performance today.
Well, we'll just let you know.
Dude.
There's happy news. I mean, yeah, Tommy T might stand for a tie because our beloved Chelsea tied with Leeds 0-0. That kind of sucked. But and Devin, I don't know if you know this. There's this other tournament called the Champions League. It's when you're really, really good. You play other champions, and it looked like we beat Atletico Madrid. So like Chelsea has moved on in that tournament. But speaking of other tournaments, I think there's something called the Europa, right? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
The Europa.
And if you want, I will lay the groundwork for this one for those that don't stay up to date with their Europa League.
You just need to pronounce this team's name and tell me where the hell they're from first.
Oh man, I had it earlier. It's Dynamo something with a Z. I'll go with that.
Zagreb,
It's a team
like grab bag.
Yes, we'll go with that. They are a team from Croatia. They played the first leg in London. Tottenham won 2-0. So you go to Croatia, all you gotta do is not lose 3-0. And
What was the score?
they go they lost 3-0. And Tottenham are now out of the Europa League. So
And they're not in the Champions League, right?
What? What the hell?
They're not in the
I
Europa
do not
League.
I don't.
Look, here's the thing about this. This is not even like, when like Barcelona beat Paris after being down like 5-0 in aggregate, but it's just like literally no person in Western Hemisphere soccer has ever heard of this team until Devin's team played it today, and it like upset Tottenham Hotspur, a team that was literally a Champions League final last season. And you have Christian Bale. You have Gareth Bale now. You have this entire squad full of like,
Bale's
this is
a
probably
goal
one of the strongest.
He kind
Tottenham
of played like
squads
Christian
ever.
Bale.
Look, man, that's embarrassing. I feel like I don't know what to
And-
tell you. And the fact that you wore a Tottenham Hotspur jersey even into this news feed is disgusting for you, and you should feel shame.
Here is and here's a little tidbit about Dynamo. Their coach this past week was arrested and is now in jail for 5 years for
Oh my God.
for various what is it? Not money laundering. I'll have to
Tax
I'll have to look
evasion?
it up, but it's something to that effect. But yes, their coach was arrested this week and is now in jail for 5 years, and still they find a way to lose 3-0.
Did he coach them from jail? Please tell me he coached them from jail. Just had like a prison toilet phone. like,
Carrier
Have
pigeon.
you ever felt more shame as a Tottenham Hotspur fan?
It's a rough one. It hasn't had time to settle in yet. Part of me is hoping that it means that it's closer to the end for Jose, But
You were just
know.
on the Jose train a week ago,
I-
you
What
fair weather
happened to the
fan.
I
Amazon
You.
said
series?
I was very close to the edge of the Jose train, and
You're just speaking emotionally. You had a 9-0 Flyers loss last night. You had this happen today. You're just
don't
speaking
even get me
emotionally right
started.
now, man.
Devin,
it's been a rough couple of days.
Devin, this is the
That
only
was
thing.
embarrassing.
This is the only thing I can tell you as a Chelsea fan. We've got racist fans. We've
Terribly
got
racist.
an owner that has probably committed all kinds of crimes in the underworld of Russia.
I don't even think he's
And-
allowed in England.
Yeah, he's banned from the England, and I actually feel bad for you. And these are the people that support the club that I love, and I felt bad for you today. Like I was like, wow, I felt like I
It
had
is
the
a rough
moral
one.
high ground. So yeah, we do. Now, Jess, do you have a
And they-
do you have a Premier League team that, or did Bill make you like his team?
No, I actually don't. No,
Well, let me tell you,
I just watch.
you don't want Tottenham Hotspur.
They were going to be my top pick. Damn it.
I disagree. It is a fun time. It is. There's a lot of excitement.
You're not having fun.
It could be good
You
and it
don't
could be
lie to
bad,
this
but there's a
woman.
lot of
You can lie to
excitement.
Jess, but don't lie to the Lord. You're not having fun. You
Devin's-
are
Devin's-
going through it.
Devin's pitch
He's
is like
crying behind the
trying to just
scenes.
get through today. That's it.
Tottenham Hotspur, like the Eagles, they can only go up from here.
Look, man, as a 76ers fan, legitimately, I'm not recovering from a reasonable loss to the Bucks last night. You're going through it. I understand, man.
Yeah, so what is the Tottenham process now? Do they trust the process?
Dele Alli comes back and saves the day.
Oh no, the process is to rip it all down.
Oh my God, are you gonna?
It's
Are you
time.
gonna?
I think that's what they're
Fresh.
doing.
It's hard cards go. 10 out of 10.
All right,
Where-
wrap it
where's
up.
Harry
All right,
Wrap it
let's-
up.
Where's
Jess-
Harry go?
What
Just-
the hell?
That's my
Thank you
Harry
for
Kane
being-
impression.
Yeah, because he's got mashed potatoes. He's got bangers and mash in his mouth.
I'm just
Oh,
really happy to be
Lord.
here and play for Tottenham Hotspur, and I just
Sounds like you just got from the dentist.
he might have
The English,
Knew the
the
game.
English,
Just
the
came from
English
the
Pittsburgh dentist. Yeah.
We're getting
All right,
sued by so many
everyone.
people.
Jess, thank you for being part of the first experimental Get to Know the Board podcast that we've done. It's been a true pleasure, and
Thanks.
I think people now after this pod have gotten to see both the shy, introspective Bill Gates and the outlandish Harvey Weinstein that we know is one Jess Gussler wrapped into one
That's a
human being.
top 5 terrible comparison to any human on the planet Earth. I just wanted to throw that out there. Like comparing just to Harvey Weinstein is horrific, but I'm here for it.
Listen, I didn't make that comparison. That was someone else, and I was like,
Oh,
"Wow!"
wow. Well, it's word of mouth. Yeah.
Hashtag cheese curl.
Thank you for
Hers, cheese
validating
curl.
my thing. It's a thing, people. Look it up on the internet.
It's on.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Gentlemen and First Lady of the Sons of Ben.
Oh.
This was episode number 58, Sir Anthony Dominguez. Everyone, thanks a lot for joining us, and remember, wash your hands.
Sexy Season Part 2 coming soon.
Electric Boogaloo.